We don't care about individual awards. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. Now, the NFL did something yesterday they've never done before. They've announced finalists for the major awards that will be handed out the night before the Super Bowl. There's never been an effort to identify finalists. And the one thing that I disagree with how they did it, because it just kind of showed up out of the blue yesterday for the first one. I think it was Comeback Player of the Year, but I'm not 100% sure. They dumped all of them in like 45 minutes. Take your time. You could have used like a whole week, like one a day, two a day.
Agreed.
Have some buildup. Who will be the finalists for Offensive Player of the Year? Tune in to Good Morning Football tomorrow morning to find out. I mean, they just unloaded it. You've got to have an element of drama, and you've got to have an element of engagement. You can't just throw them all out there and have everybody try to figure out what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. So maybe they'll do that next year. I was surprised they did. I had no idea they were doing it. And let's start with Coach of the Year. The three finalists: Brian Daboll of the Giants, Doug Peterson of the Jaguars, Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers. Seahawks players were pissed off that Pete Carroll wasn't one of them.
I get it.
This is the toughest one. There were plenty of coaches who deserve consideration because plenty of coaches did better than we ever thought they would do this year.
Yeah, that's right. And, Nick Sirianni, of course, it's a phenomenal job. The problem that hurts him is like we always talk about. Everybody expected the Eagles to be damn good. And damn, there's a lot of value when you do have the bullseye on, and the fact that you still deliver that way. I think we kind of like swiped that under the rug a little too much. But you're right. I think it's the hardest year ever. I really have no problem with any three of them winning it. I don't. I mean, of course, Peterson and Daboll have the great thing of going, like, none of us saw that happening. None of us. But, the Shanahan side of the story is, we knew they were going to be good, but did we know that we were going to be going like, hey, it's the wild card round, and the 49ers were the third-string quarterback or maybe the best team in football or the most dominant team in football the last 8 weeks of the regular season with a third-string quarterback? So that, to me, does make it very interesting. I don't feel like Shanahan's going to win it by what I hear from public sentiment, but I don't think he's quite getting the credit he should be. I know they were going to be good. We know we expected them to be damn good, but not this way in this fashion. I think that's where, it makes it a little bit more of an interesting conversation as well.
One of the reasons they're able to do finalists this year, this is the first year in which the voters listed more than one person.
Right.
In past years, it was Coach of the Year, one name. MVP, one name. Every award, one name. Now it's three for all the awards except MVP, which
five,
has
right?
five.
Yeah.
And for me, and so to further delegitimize the AP awards, both Chris and I had votes this year, which really is astounding. I'm in this business 20 freaking years. I'm not complaining they finally gave it to me, but I like to think I did enough to earn it before this year. But I'm glad to have it. And I voted Daboll, Shanahan, Sean McDermott as my 1, 2, and 3. I'll be willing to give full transparency to what my ballot was. So I got 2 out of the 3 right. And I would have had Peterson as number 4 if it would have gone to number 4.
I did. I had the 3 we got here. I did. And I'm not going to lie, I had Kyle Shanahan as 1. I do. I don't know. There's a part of me, too, that thinks he got ripped off 2 years ago when John Harbaugh got it. And a year where we were like, we knew the Ravens and the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson were going to be good. And then there was the 49ers who went to the Super Bowl. So I went with him, but that was like definitely the toughest one. I mean, if I could have done 1A, 1B, and 1C, that's the kind of feel I had there. They all are phenomenal. They really are, and all deserving of the award.
MVP finalists, 5 were announced because, again, we voted for 5. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson. Jefferson at one point may have had a shot at winning it, but he didn't set the single-season receiving yardage record, and the Vikings kind of tailed off down the stretch, finished as the 3 seed. If they'd have been the 2 seed and he had broken that record, it would have been interesting. Mahomes, I think, gets it because Mahomes was the overwhelming choice for all-pro quarterback as first-teamer.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was the second stringer, so I think Mahomes, it became likely when they announced the All-Pro team that he's going to be the MVP. And it'll be interesting to see how the voting goes behind him. I think it'll be Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Allen. I have a feeling that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I think that's probably the way it will go, too. I would think it's Mahomes all the way as far as who wins the award. I know, again, yeah, 41 touchdowns, throwing the football. another 4 or 5 rushing the football, right? And then, again, it's a team that's based around his talents and what he does. And he played phenomenal this year, as we know. And then there was, hey, Mike, I mean, Mahomes isn't any good without Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's no good. I mean, it's just if he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, I don't even know if he's like a top 10 quarterback. Yeah, I mean, BS, right? So he wins the MVP for me for sure.
1 seed in the AFC, 1 seed in the NFC. Mahomes, Hurts. That's usually where the MVP comes from, one of those two quarterbacks, and I believe it will be Mahomes. Comeback Player of the Year finalist. This one was interesting to me because I tried to vote in the 3 spot for Brian Robinson, the Commanders running back, who was shot through the knee in late August and came back and had a very good rookie season. They rejected my ballot on that point because the rules prohibit rookies from being voted Comeback Player of the Year. That rule may change, and that rule needs to change because it's not just coming back from what happened last year. It can be coming back from anything, any type of adversity that you come back from. So a rookie should be able to get that award. The 3 are Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Geno Smith. And Geno Smith, as Shereen Williams would say, shouldn't be considered because you shouldn't give the award to someone, in Shereen's phrase, who is coming back from sucking. But it should be coming back from injury or some other real adversity.
No, so I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Geno was my pick. I mean, he's not coming back from sucking. He's coming back from teams sucking and listening to fan bases and all the other bullshit that goes on in football. That's the problem. It's everybody else sucking and not giving a guy that deserved a chance. That's the problem. Geno, to me, was the Comeback Player of the Year. Come on. He hadn't played football in 10 years, and he was the number 2 rated quarterback in the game.
My argument is different than Shereen's because, again, that's her, not me.
Yeah, I got you.
My argument is, how can you be Comeback Player of the Year when you never had a standard that you're coming back to? Like when they gave it to Matthew Stafford in 2011, he was never great. It was just his first great year. It was like his breakout year. How's he Comeback Player of the Year? They're looking at doing Most Improved Player, which is different from coming back from some sort of adversity. So Most Improved would be a category from somebody who takes it next level, and maybe that would have been Geno Smith. Either way, those are the finalists. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.